Hi all, welcome to part 32 module 2 computer network. So what we were discussing is the Ethernet standard. We started with the CSMA bar CD based classic Ethernet, then we moved on to the switched Ethernet. So now we will see some of the variations or advancement over the basic Ethernet structure started from fast Ethernet. So what is fast Ethernet? IEEE convened 802.3 committee meeting in 1992 to come up with a faster LAN. Right, so this is something happened in the year 1993. Hope you remember 1983 is when that Ethernet standardized to 10 megabits per second classic Ethernet, right? In 1992, so after say 1 decade, they move on to the next level of speed. So one proposal was to keep the 802.3 exactly as it is, but just to make it go faster, right? So by keeping the 802 standard exactly as it is, you can try to improve the speed. So that is one way people started thinking. And another thing is, of course, redo it totally and give it lots of new features such as real-time traffic management, digitized voice handling, and just keep the older name. So by keeping just the name as before, they started thinking of coming up with an entirely new product, like redo everything, including and add more and more features, including the real-time traffic handling, digitized voice, etc. So that is another thought process. But after some wrangling, the committee decided to keep 802.3 the way it was. That means they decided to go with the first choice. So there were two choices for them. Either they can make the older one better, or they can come up with the new one. So what they decided to keep the older one as it is and make it go faster. So they tried to improve the speed. So this strategy would get the job done before the technology changed and avoid unforeseen problems with the brand new. So if they go with the second brand new decision, then some unforeseen situation or problems they have to face, that now they don't have to face, because already a successful technology and they are trying to make it more faster. So the work was done quickly by standards committee norms, and the result is what they called as IEEE 802.3 U. So U is specifically the version number given for fast Ethernet, right? Was approved by IEEE in June 1995. So the entire concept started in 1992, and 1995 they come up with the product. So technically 802.3U is not a new standard but an addendum to the existing 802.3 standard. That is nothing but our classic Ethernet, and everyone calls this as the fast Ethernet. And of course, the classic Ethernet is bus based, so this fast Ethernet onwards it will be either hub or switch based. So that is the latest technology what we have. So the basic idea behind fast Ethernet was simple: keep all the old frame format, interfaces and procedure rules same, right? So we don't have to change the frame format or interface or the procedure rules, nothing. And simply what we done is we reduce the bit time from 100 nanosecond to 10 nanosecond, right? So all fast Ethernet systems use, so they have a variation running with the hub as well as switch. So a bit time reduced from 100 nanosecond to 10 nanosecond means what? The time taken to transmit a single bit, say in 10 megabits per second Ethernet, what does it mean? In every 1 second it can send 10 into mega, that is 10 power 6 bits, right? Then what is the time taken to transmit a single bit? So 1 bit will be transmitted in 1 out of 10 into 10 power 6 second. So what is that? 1 out of 10 power 7 second. So 1 out of 10 power 7 you can multiply and divide by 100, so that it will be 100 divided by 10 power 9. So or 100 into 10 power minus 9. 10 power minus 9 is nothing but nano. So that is a bit time 100 nanosecond for a classic Ethernet with 10 megabits per second speed. The time taken to transmit a single bit will be 1 by 10 power 7 seconds or 100 nanosecond. Is it clear? So what they targeted is if they reduced that bit time taken to send a particular bit from 100 nanosecond to 10 nanosecond. As a result, the speed increased from 10 megabits per second to 100 megabits per second. So that is what they called as a fast Ethernet, and it is running in two variation, hub as well as in switch. So mostly the half duplex variation of fast Ethernet is what is running in hub, and full duplex will be running in switches. Running with switches. So the fast Ethernet cabling, if you see, you can mainly it is of it have come across three variants. The 100 base T4. So I already mentioned you this, and this is a notation for Ethernet standard 100 base something simply or simply when it comes to classic Ethernet some 10 base T or 10 base F, like that. What does it, or fx something, what does it mean? The speed is 10 megabits per second baseband technology and twisted pair fiber optic or whatever it is. So like that, here also we have 100 megabits per second. So unit of speed is megabits per second. So 100 megabits per second baseband technology, and T4 in the sense 4 twisted pair cables were used in it, right? So the TX is another variation where 2 twisted pair were used. It is actually using the unshielded twisted pair. So that is TX, and FX is the one that uses the fiber optic, right? And it is supporting full duplex at 100 megabits per second for long run, where this TX is also full duplex but running under twisted pair, 100 megabits per second speed, and category 5 unshielded twisted pair is being used, where category 5, this is category 5 in the basic 100 base T4, category 3 which is of less performance, right? Unshielded twisted pair were being used, and the maximum segment length after that you are supposed to use a repeater is found to be 100 meter in these two cases, and when it comes to fiber optic it is 2000 meter instead of that 100 meter, and twisted pair and fiber optic cables were used. So it come across three variation, and those variants were explained here. The category 3 UTP scheme called 100 base T4, like the first category. So what makes it 100 base T4? Category 3 UTP, right? Used a signaling speed of 25 megahertz, that is only 25% than the standard is. Standard Ethernet is of 20 megahertz, so that is being changed to 25 megahertz. So 20 to 25 means 5% better, in the sense 25% faster compared to standard Ethernet, right? And it achieves the necessary bit rate of 100 base T4. To achieve the necessary bit rate, it requires 4 twisted pairs inside. So that is could be the reason it's named as T4. One second. Later, many office buildings were rewired with category 5 UTP for 100 base TX, the Ethernet, which came dominate in the market just after the T4. So this design was simpler, and the wires can handle clock rates of 125 megahertz. So the basic Ethernet, the clock rate is 20 megahertz. When it comes to T4, 100 base T4, it is 25 megahertz. When it comes to 100 base TX, the clock rate is now increased to 125 megahertz, right? So only 2 twisted pairs per station are used, and one to the hub and on from it, and it is using the 4B bar 5B encoding. You know, the basic classic Ethernet is using Manchester encoding, but when it comes to fast Ethernet, the encoding technique used is 4B bar 5B. What does it mean? You are familiar in your data communication classes. So here the 4 bits of the data are encoded using 5 signal bits, and then the 125 megahertz to provide 100 megabits per second. So 100 megabits per second out of 100 megabits transmitted in 1 second, 4 were grouped, and those 4 data bit they transmitted as 5 with this 5 signal level. So that is why for every 4 grouping we have 1 signal level extra. So that is why 100 megabits per second is transmitted with 125 megahertz signal speed, right? So that is something you can remember. So the 100 base TX system is full duplex, and the stations can transmit at 100 megabits per second on one twisted pair and receive 100 megabits per second on another twisted pair at the same time. So we were using 2 twisted pair, and one for transmission of the 100 megabits per second, and another is capable of for receiving 100 megabits per second. So that is what makes a full duplex communication. So the last option is the fiber optic variation, that is 100 base FX, that uses 2 strands of multi-mode fiber and single mode multi-mode fiber. Those details again we covered in our data communication class. You can refer that. So on for each direction, so it too can run full duplex with 100 megabits per second in each direction. So full duplex mode, variation of fiber optic fast Ethernet 100 based FX with the full duplex mode can achieve 100 megabits per second in both direction, of course. So in this setup, the distance between a station and a switch is up to 2 kilometers. So normal twisted pair, it is 100 meter only, and that 100 meter is now improved to 2000 meter with the fiber optic technology, right? Now there is another terminology called auto negotiation that is being used in fast Ethernet as well as in other variations of Ethernet. So where they will try to negotiate some of the configuration parameters. So the users quickly started to deploy fast Ethernet, but they were not about to throw away the existing 10 megabits per second Ethernet. That is the classic Ethernet on older. So older computers were still using the classic Ethernet, that is 10 megabits per second, and gradually it is evolved to fast Ethernet, which is providing 100 megabits per second speed, right? So what they want is they just don't want to remove all the wires and build or make them compatible or work with this 100 megabits per second. So what they want is they want to interwork both 10 megabits per second and 100 megabits per second devices together, right? So as a consequence, virtually all fast Ethernet switches are now capable of handling a mix of 10 megabits per second and 100 megabits per second. So 10 being used by the older machines and 100 megabits per second, it's a fast Ethernet variation being used by the newly added machines. So together the switches are capable of handling. So now to make the upgrading easy, the standard itself provides a mechanism called auto negotiation. So what is auto negotiation? That lets two stations automatically negotiate the optimum speed as well as the duplexity. So when two stations connected each other, the one may be using this so-called 10 megabits per second Ethernet, and software, hardware, everything is could be compatible with the 10 megabits per second, and another could be used for 100 megabits per second. Now two differences were coming now by means of this auto negotiation. They will negotiate the optimal speed, whether it is 10 or 100, so which is okay with both of them. So 100 megabits per second definitely can support 10, but the one which is supporting only 10 can't move on to 100 unless that upgrading is not happened. So in that way also things will work, provided this auto negotiation or the configuration, that communication happen nicely. And duplicity, of course, the half duplex or full duplex communication what is needed, that also they can exchange during the auto negotiation phase, and they can go for it, right? And most Ethernet products use this feature to configure themselves. So actually they started using this auto negotiation concept with fast Ethernet, but later on they use the same concept even with the gigabit Ethernet and 10 gigabit Ethernet, those variations which we will see soon. In every cases when older and new system want to work each other, and they want to configure the parameters, so for that purpose they are using the term auto negotiation as a general configuration technique, right? Okay, that about a quick overview about the fast Ethernet. Now in the subsequent video we will see gigabit as well as the 10 gigabit Ethernet. So those variations we will see. Thanks for watching.